Welcome to Week 4 of Rise to Leadership, Becoming a CEO. This week, we'll examine a final CEO skill, communicating with stakeholders, and develop a career plan to help build on your CEO skill strengths and bolster your weaknesses. To that end, we will define communicating with stakeholders, introduce and develop key concepts and practices for CEOs who excel at communicating with stakeholders, apply the concepts and practices to a real-world CEO challenge, get peer and mentor feedback on your ability to set strategy, and develop a career plan to build on your CEO skill strengths and bolster your weaknesses. In order to achieve these goals, I will define the final CEO skill in this introductory video, and then you'll examine the concept in greater depth through your readings and a CEO challenge on communicating with stakeholders. You will also work with your advisor network to get feedback on your strengths and opportunities for development when it comes to communicating with stakeholders. You will also prepare and get feedback on a career development plan. Finally, you should complete the knowledge check and watch the wrap-up video, which will summarize the key things I hope you learned during the week. This week, we will discuss communicating with stakeholders, a CEO skill that is always important, and no more so than when an organization is in crisis. Communicating with stakeholders is essential because so much of a CEO's job demands that she or he set the right expectations and motivate people in the organization to meet or exceed those expectations. To do this well, the CEO must identify the organization's key stakeholders. For most companies, the stakeholders include customers, suppliers, employees, investors, and communities. In order for a CEO to communicate effectively with these stakeholders, she must build relationships with each of them, ideally well ahead of any crisis. CEOs have two important ways to communicate: through actions and words. Indeed, a CEO's words are only effective if they set expectations for later action. If the CEO says she will do something and later does it, then she begins to build trust among stakeholders. And if she continues to set clear expectations and act on them, the result is a deep reservoir of trust that will make the CEO more effective in the event of a crisis. A good example of how to communicate with stakeholders in a crisis is the way that PepsiCo handled 1993 rumors that a syringe had been found in a can of Diet Pepsi in Washington State. A week later, over 50 reports of Diet Pepsi can tampering emerged around the U.S. However, the initial rumor of the syringe and the 50 later reports were all hoaxes. PepsiCo's handling of the hoax was extremely effective. Both PepsiCo and the FDA were confident that the reports were fabrications, so PepsiCo produced 4 videos throughout the crisis, including a comprehensive report on its soda canning process. The most compelling videos was a surveillance tape of a woman in a Colorado store putting a syringe into a can of Diet Pepsi behind the store clerk's back. PepsiCo North America CEO Craig Weatherup appeared on news stations armed not only with visual evidence of the bogus reports, but with explicit support of the FDA. He appeared most notably on Nightline with FDA Commissioner David Kessler, and they both assured the public that Diet Pepsi was safe. As a result, the rumors fizzled out within 2 weeks, following multiple arrests by the FDA for filing false reports. Although Diet Pepsi sales fell 2% during the crisis, they recovered within a month. This week, the Readings, CEO Challenges, Peer and Mentor Feedback, and Discussion Forum are designed to help you to understand what it takes for a CEO to be great at communicating with stakeholders and to test how well you could exercise this skill were you to rise to leadership. Finally, you will develop a career development plan that will help you build on your CEO skill strengths and opportunities for development based on what you've learned in this course.